Hi everyone, welcome to Lilybug's Library. My name's Linda, and today we're going to go over what I've read over the past little while. Well, I was going to say it's going to be a quick video, but maybe not. We'll see. I don't remember how many things I've read, so it might be more than what I think. All right, so we will get to it. So the first thing I read was called Escape Clause, and it was the first in the Cat Lady mysteries. And it was quite good. It was, a cute little cozy mystery. It's about Lara, who goes back to Whisker Jog, New Hampshire. There's a name for you. I don't know if that actually exists or not, but she wanted to reconnect with her aunt, who her aunt's name was Fran, and apparently her aunt's having a hard time looking after herself. She has 11 cats, and she needs knee surgery, and she's just really having a problem. And there's a bully who's in town. His name's Theo Barnes, and he is trying to get her to sell her building. That way he can sell his, which is right next to hers, and then this developer can, I don't know, turn it into condos or something. So anyway, Lara comes to help her, and she's, sticking up for her, and someone ends up getting murdered. And of course, they know it can't be Aunt Fran because Aunt Fran doesn't get around too well, but it could be Lara. So they're kind of looking into all of that. And in the meantime, Lara keeps spotting this ragdoll cat that she used to see as a pet when she was a child. But she knows, of course, that it can't be the same one because there's no way that the cat would still be around. So she finds that a little strange as well. So there's a little paranormal in there. There's lots of cozy, there's lots of cats. So it's really quite cute. I would probably give it 3 out of 5. Forgive me, I'm just drinking my chocolatey chai before it gets cold. I find that's the only thing I don't like about tea. I find it gets cold really quick. I don't know why it seems to get cold faster than coffee, but it does. Even when you've boiled the water and the whole bit. So I don't know. Okay, so let's look at the next one here. You'll have to bear with me. I don't have notes today. I'm just grabbing them off of Goodreads where I read them. But of course, Goodreads is, I don't know about anybody else, but I find it so slow sometimes. It's like I don't know, it's like they're pulling each book off the shelf or something. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, so the next one that I read, um, let's see. Well, got halfway through The Marvelous Pigness of Pigs, and it's by Joel Salatin, and it's about respecting and caring for all God's creation. So it was nonfiction, and basically it was about sustainable farming and free range animals, and taking good care of them and not keeping them um, you know in cages that are too small for them, or feeding them things that they shouldn't be eating, like really treating them with respect. And I won't say it wasn't a good book. I actually thought it was quite a good book. I just felt that once he kind of went over all that, it almost seemed like he was going over it again and again. And so I think the book could have been half the size it was. So at 50%, I felt I had learned enough and that I was done. So anyway, that's the way that one went. But he did a good job of it, really. All right, so let's see here. It's coming up with the next one. So the next one was The Secrets of the Lost Summer. Hi, how are you? Where are you going, buddy? All right, he's just walking through, apparently. So this one was, I'm not sure I can say this lady's name right, but it's Carla Neggers, I think it is. And so this one was about, let's see, um, Dylan, who ended up with this house as an inheritance, and it's kind of a ramshackle thing. And he's trying to, make it, he's trying to fix it up. And you know, see what initially, sorry, the cat distracts me sometimes. Initially, he didn't even know he had this house, and this woman sent him a letter thinking that he was his father. Sent him a letter and said, Mister, can you please come clean up your yard? Like, that's in an eyesore, and I'm trying to, run a business next door. I can clean it up. Just give me permission. And so anyway, the whole thing kind of intrigues him, and he finds out that, oh, he actually owns this property. His father had passed away, and he never realized this property existed. So he goes there and meets this woman that is next door, and she finds out he's not like a 85-year-old man, he's like her age. And so they start to really kind of connect and get along. And in the meantime, they discover that his father was kind of a bit of a Indiana Jones type. So they discover there's a treasure that he was also looking for in this area. And so it goes from there. So it's a bit of mystery, it's a bit of romance. It's quite good. So I would probably give that one a 4 out of 5. And it's the first one of hers I've read. My mother was a big fan of hers, but I had never read one before, so I was happy with it. So let's see. The next one was Kitty Cats and Crime, and this is book 6 of the Norwegian Cat Mysteries. And always love these mysteries; they're always so fun. So this one is about this. Lauren and Zoe run this cafe that has cupcakes and lattes and all these sort of things. And they have a Norwegian forest cat named Annie who is really smart and helps to seat the customers, and she's really beloved. But this day, there ends up being this cupcake truck right outside their door, who is basically stealing their customers. He doesn't sell coffee or anything. His cupcakes look delicious. They're, high with frosting and speckles and sprinkles and all that stuff. And they look great, so people are buying them. Once they bite into them, they discover they're not nearly as good as what Zoe and Lawrence are. But at that point, they've already got it right. So they're trying to get rid of, this guy and get him to move away from where they're at. And he keeps coming back. So in the meantime, something happens and he ends up dead. And of course, they're looking at them as suspects because, they wanted him gone. But turns out there's a lot of other suspects too. So anyway, I thought it was really good. Like I said, I always enjoy her books, and I never really get tired of them. So that's kind of fun. All right, so let's see, what else did I read here? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, yes, I read Haunting License, which is book 3 in the Haunted Haven Mysteries. Also a really good series. So with this series, Maureen has the Haven House Inn, and she has inherited it, and she is trying to run it as a bed and breakfast, I believe. And she does lots of things to try to bring in people for, different events, and she has different dining experiences. And anyway, she's doing a fairly good job of it. But in this one, the detective in the story ends up finding this fisherman. Well, she sees the fisherman and realizes he's dead, but the detective goes and, kind of makes um, really discovers what's going on. And so then they find out that someone is really kind of baiting her and trying to get away with this at the same time, making sure she doesn't have anything to do with it. And so the detective is trying his best to protect her and some of the people in the inn, but of course she's not making it easy for him. But anyway, really enjoyed this one. It's We're getting more of the relationship between her and her chef, and more of a friendship between her and the detective, which is nice. and she's starting to make friends in the inn, and so I really feel like it's really drawing me in more each book because it's kind of developing the characters more. So I really like that. So I'd give this one a 4 out of 5. All right, so the next one, let's see here. Lovely just curled up next to me and went to sleep. All right, so let's see. The next one was called Off the Chain. Yes, okay. This was, I was thinking of two different books. They're very much alike. This one was the first in the Gone to the Dogs series. And this one is about Marigold Evans. And she really wants to start like her own dog rescue business. And right now she's working at a veterinary clinic. And I think yeah, she's not a vet or anything, but she does work with them. And so it starts out, really hilarious where she's in this drainage pipe trying to rescue this dog, and the police come and, they think that she is homeless or something, and she's living in the drain pipe. And she tries to explain that, like, no, no, she's not homeless. She's fine. She's just rescuing this dog. But unfortunately, she can't remember her address because she just moved and her car has been stolen. So she doesn't look like she has, any way to get around, and it just goes from there. But I really enjoyed it. I thought the characters in it were really good. Loved her, efforts to rescue the dogs and things. And I'd definitely read another one in this series. So I would give it 3 out of 5. So, and I still consider 3 out of 5 a decent rating, really. I mean, that's kind of average to me. It doesn't mean that it's a bad book. It just means that, it's a pretty high standard to get to the other ones, I guess. So let's see. And I feel like the other ones I have talked to you about before. So I think that is the end of them. So really good, reading over the last little bit. I'm still working on a couple. I've got a Harlequin that I'm working on called A Firefighter's Ranch Homecoming. I'm about, I don't know, maybe halfway through that one. Nearly finished Pleading the Fish, which is the last one so far in the Seaside Cafe Mysteries. And I think it's going to be the last one, period, because I believe that author is going to quit writing cozies, from what I've heard. And then Wonderful Husband and I are reading, what's it called? Reading All the Glimmering Stars by Mark T. Sullivan, which is a good book, but has been quite heartbreaking. It's all about children in the Sudan. And so, yeah, it's been interesting. So that is what's going on with my reading. Right now, we are in the middle of a snowstorm, although it looks like it's stopped. So maybe we're done. We'll see. And otherwise, Wonderful Husband is slowly starting to feel a little bit better. He's had a miserable virus. So far, I don't feel like I've caught it, so hopefully it'll stay that way. And we're going to a play this week at Shakespeare in the Park. Shakespeare by the Sea. I don't know. Anyway, it's in a park, but anyway, it's not actually by the sea this time of year. It's in a building near the sea. So we're gonna go see that. It is Anthony and Cleopatra, and a friend of ours, his daughter's in it, and so we're looking forward to seeing that and seeing what it's like. So I'll tell you about that next time I talk to you. So I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you soon. All right, bye bye. Hi, it's me again. There's one book that I don't think I've told you about, and it's an ARC, so I need to. It was number 3. I feel like I did tell you about it, though. I can't remember. Well, I'm going to tell you again. Okay? So if I already told you about this, I apologize, but I'm going to tell you about it again. So this one is called Whose Body in the Library? And it's number 13 in the Lighthouse Library Mysteries by Eva Gates. And Eva Gates is also Vicki Delaney. So really popular author. And this one was great. This one is about Lucy McNeil, and she's enjoying her new job as a mother of twin boys and library director. And then she hires Nichelle Gilchrist to be her new librarian. And so Nichelle comes to the Bodie Island Lighthouse Library. It's a mouthful. Reporting for duty. So Nichelle is, and it's with an N because she was named after the person who played Lieutenant Uhura in Star Trek, which I thought was neat. But anyway, it's a great library. The library part's on the bottom. She lives in an apartment on the top of the lighthouse. Sounds really cool to me. But anyway, she finds out the first morning that she wakes up, she goes and opens up the door and finds a body on the doorstep. And it turns out that the body looks an awful lot like the father that had disappeared 38 years ago. And so she's kind of freaking out about the whole thing. And even more so when she finds out that it is indeed her father. And she didn't know where he was. She doesn't know why he came to the library or what happened. So I thought it was really good. It has great characters in it. The people that work in the library with her are all kind of quirky and fun. Her brother comes to help her out, and he's kind of a very complicated, broody sort of character. And no love interest yet, but anyway, I really enjoyed it. And excuse me. So that one I would give 5 out of 5. I thought it was great. And it's actually, I know I'm starting like so much in the middle, but it's actually a series that I haven't read. So now I'm going to be going back looking for more of these Lighthouse Library mysteries because I want to see, what goes on. All right, so that's it now. I promise that's the end. All right. Have a great day, friends. And thank you to Nick Alley and to the author and publisher for letting me have an advance copy of the book, even if I forget what I'm doing sometimes. All right. Have a good day. Bye bye.